Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between two great mountains, there lived a young boy named Kaito. Kaito was curious and full of questions about the world around him. One day, while wandering through the village, he heard about a wise man named Buddha who lived in a nearby monastery. Intrigued by the stories of Buddha's wisdom, Kaito decided to visit him. He packed some food and set off early in the morning to reach the monastery before noon. As he walked through the lush green forest, Kaito encountered many creatures, birds singing sweet melodies, rabbits hopping across his path, and even a majestic deer that watched him with gentle eyes. The journey was long but filled with beauty. Finally, after several hours of walking, Kaito arrived at the monastery. It was a serene place surrounded by tall trees and a tranquil pond where lotus flowers bloomed. He saw monks meditating or performing their daily chores peacefully. Kaito approached one of the monks and asked where he could find Buddha. The monk smiled kindly and pointed towards a large tree under which sat an elderly man with a calm face and closed eyes. "Buddha is meditating," said the monk softly. "Wait patiently, he will speak to you when he is ready." Kaito sat down nearby and waited quietly for what felt like hours but was only minutes. Suddenly, Buddha opened his eyes and looked at Kaito with deep understanding. "Welcome, young one," Buddha said gently. "What brings you here today?" Kaito took a deep breath before speaking. "I have many questions about life and its mysteries. I seek your wisdom." Buddha nodded thoughtfully and began to speak. "Life is like a river that flows constantly. It changes every moment yet remains the same in its essence. Just as water flows over rocks and around bends without resistance or attachment to any particular spot, so too must we navigate life's challenges with acceptance and detachment." Kaito listened intently but felt more puzzled than enlightened. "But why do bad things happen?" he asked next. "Bad things happen because they are part of life's balance," Buddha explained calmly. "Just as day follows night and night follows day, so too do good times follow bad times and vice versa. It is our perception that labels them as good or bad." This answer only added to Kaito's confusion. "But what about suffering?" he pressed on. "Suffering arises from our attachment to things we cannot control," Buddha replied softly. "Imagine holding on to water in your hand, no matter how hard you try. It will eventually slip away because it is not meant to be held onto forever." Kaito thought deeply about this but still felt uncertain. "And what about happiness?" he asked finally. "Happiness comes from within," Buddha said with a gentle smile. "It is like finding peace in still water, it reflects everything clearly without distortion when it is calm." As Kaito listened to each answer from Buddha's lips, he felt both enlightened and confused at the same time, much like trying to grasp sand between his fingers. The more he tried to understand fully, the more it slipped away. After spending several hours talking with Buddha under the shade of that ancient tree, Kaito realized that true wisdom wasn't something you could grasp immediately, but rather something you had to experience over time through reflection and practice. With gratitude in his heart for meeting such an extraordinary being who had given him so much food for thought, Kaito bid farewell to Buddha and began his journey back home under the setting sun. As he walked through the forest again, now bathed in golden light from dusk approaching fast, birds returning home chirping softly, rabbits settling down quietly, deer watching him pass by gracefully, Kaito felt suspended between understanding something profound yet still being lost within himself, seeking clarity on all those profound teachings shared by wise old sage earlier today. And so continued young boy's journey filled with suspenseful quest towards self discovery, guided by timeless wisdom imparted lovingly by none other than revered master himself, Gautama Buddha.